my local recording. Howdy, Hyperkinetic. Queued nice and quick. Excellent. We are going to try one of the what's considered a tier 1 Pauper deck this evening in Tron. I'm not sure if we're allowed to keep hands like this. That makes it much better. So this is Tron, unlike... Tron is more of a control archetype in Pauper, it seems, and this version of Tron that I've built is much more controlling than some of the variants. Seagate Oracle's pretty good here too. We have to choose between playing the Swiftwater Cliffs here and saving it to bin to the compulsive research. We're probably going to draw another land, so I guess I'm just going to play the Swiftwater Cliffs. This also doesn't give away what we're playing here. Opponents likely playing blue-black control or blue-black Delver. Could be either of the two. Now, preordained means it's probably not gifts. Prophetic Prism's actually a pretty good draw. I'm going to start on Seagate Oracle here. Howdy, Anaphylactic. So this comes into play. Look at the top 2. Put 1 in our hand. So 1/3 that draws a card. Would not be surprised to see this to counterspell here. This is card advantage. It's a 1/3 that he has to answer at some point because the hand it draws a card. So. That resolved. Just get another Seagate Oracle. If I knew that my opponent was playing Delver, I'd probably tag the Echoing Truths there. But we don't know what they're playing yet. Yeah, on the off chance that they're playing I think they're playing the control deck. We honestly just don't know. But if they're playing the control deck, taking the Seagate Oracle there is much better. Another Prophetic Prism. I think I'm going to play another Seagate Oracle here. Hey, Illusions. Resolves again. Wouldn't mind a 3rd Tron piece. Remove Soul. That's probably... That might not do anything in this matchup, actually. So I guess we're taking the Swiftwater Cliffs. Put that into play. Looking more and more like the control deck. Complete disregard, sure. Muldrifter. Okay, so he does have threats in his main deck. So we can go ahead and play Prophetic Prism here. Might just Chainer's Edict this. Arc Lightning's not getting a lot better. I guess Arc Lightning is reach, so I should probably just Chainer's Edict. It's less mana efficient, but might as well. We have an extra Tron piece here now, so we can bin that to the compulsive research next turn if that resolves. Maybe I don't want to tap like that, because if we draw Tower, we might want a bunch of mana. So let's do this. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one get countered. This is a pretty powerful card. Wow. Alright. Well, we'll discard a land. I think we're going to bin the Izzet Guildgate. We've just got plenty of mana at this point. I think we're going to ship the turn here. I could evoke a Muldrifter. I could also cast Prophetic Prism. I'm really not worried about anything he could play. I'm just going to cast the Prophetic Prism for now. Ooh, that was a mistake. So I didn't think about what I was doing before I played my land. I should have played the Prophetic Prism first because that would have given us an opportunity to play the Dismal Backwater tapped. So that was a small sequencing mistake I made there. So it costs us 1 mana this turn. I think we're just passing. Maybe I'm going to play a Mnemonic Wall. Yeah, I think I'm going to jam this because this gives us a good Pulse of Marasa target later. I wouldn't be surprised to see this wing a counter because it gets... He might just not have that many counter spells, but this is getting back... This returns an instant or sorcery from our discard pile to... Soul Manipulation. Ooh, that's really good. And now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we don't have Mana Leak up now because I sequenced my lands incorrectly 2 turns ago. So we could have Mana Leaked this had I sequenced my lands properly 2 turns ago. We would have had 1 more mana up this turn instead of having the Dismal Backwater into play tapped. So things that are exceedingly relevant. Is Seagate Oracle to follow it up? Chittering Rats. Okay. That's interesting. So opponent's playing a bit of a brew. Cast this. I guess we could draw a Tron piece, and then I don't want to tap all of those. The mana in this deck is not easy. I guess I have 2 Prophetic Prisms, so I should just like always tap all of my non-Tron pieces first. That makes sense. Power Plant. Do I just want to resolve Pulse of Marasa now? I can't Mana Leak anything that he does. Yeah, I'm just gonna Pulse now. I can't Mana Leak Muldrifter, so I might as well just get that out of the way and get my wall back. These Mana Leaks are kind of medium, so I'm playing a deck list that someone else... I asked for Tron deck list online, and two different people linked me this person's deck list that I'm playing right now. And he has a very interesting counterspell split, which I assume is based on the fact that your mana base can't always cast double blue consistently. But it's got 2 counterspells, 2 Mana Leaks, and a Remove Soul in the 2-drop slot. Chainer's Edict, sure. So next turn we can play Wall out and get Pulse of Marasa. You have a Chittering Rats? That'd be annoying. Yep, it's annoying. So we take 4 here down to 26, and then this deck grinds so well. So next turn we play Wall, get back Pulse, Pulse back Muldrifter. And again, I'm going to do it while he's tapped out. Yes. So if he has Dispel here, he has Dispel here. But this effectively negates one of the Chittering Rats, which is nice. And we've got an Arc Lightning to clean something else up, a Chainer's Edict to hypothetically clean up a second thing. Another Muldrifter, sure. At a certain point, I'd like to start holding up Counter Magic because he's getting to resolve all of his things, but I think we're just like... We're probably tapping out again here because I'm going to like play Muldrifter with Mana Leaks up. He's got another Muldrifter. Okay. Seagate Oracle blocks another one of his things, so we're gonna start with... Come on, Urza's Tower. Alright, still haven't hit it. I think we're just supposed to go Swiftwater Cliffs here into Seagate Oracle. Oh, you know what? That was a mistake again. I played my land already. If we hit Tower, we could have played Tower and played Compulsive Research. Alright, didn't hit Tower, so not punished. Expedition Map is effectively a Tower. Okay, I'll get that for next turn. I don't think we really need the Twin Bolt. So, Mnemonic Wall, hoses Chittering Rats, Muldrifter, trades with Muldrifter, Seagate Oracle, blocks Chittering Rats. We take 5 here. And both have 7 cards in hand. He has more stuff on board, obviously, but we're going to get a ton of mana here pretty soon. I guess he might just have a pile of removal spells here and then crack us for a bunch. Block. Block. So he's got 8 mana up here. Lord, that card's annoying. Alright, well, we know map's resolving next turn. Which, there's merit to that. So map resolves, and then all of a sudden we have infinite mana. It's 3... We get 11 mana all of a sudden. Get the tower. Play the tower. So now we do this. Cast Mnemonic Wall. Get back Pulse of Marasa. Yes. Activate this. I'm just gonna... do I want to do that? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana left. Maybe I'm just supposed to Arc Lightning some of his stuff here. So we're blocking, we can block 2 sets of rats, and then we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 next turn, down to 13. Maybe we need to Compulsive Research and find like a Rolling Thunder or something to fight with. I guess I could Pulse plus Research plus... Okay, yeah, we can Pulse plus Research plus Planet Leaks. That's probably reasonable. The deck list is linked below the stream, as always. Oh, there's a Rolling Thunder. So you have to discard 2 cards, and we drew a Pulse of Marasa, so that's pretty good. Capsize doesn't seem like it's going to be very useful, and Prophetic Prism probably isn't great at this state. I'm going to activate this for green. I'm going to Pulse back. Do I just Pulse back Seagate Oracle at this point? Like, I have a Muldrifter in my hand. I want something that's cheaper to cast, and it blocks one of his rats on the ground. Okay. Pass the turn. We're at 27, but we are taking a big hit next turn. Rolling Thunder can kill a bunch of his creatures, so that's going to be sweet next turn. This again is a super grindy matchup, so I'm probably not going to comment. Probably not going to be able to talk quite as much because this match is definitely going to come down to the clock if we go to a third game. So if you have questions, feel free to post them in chat, and I'll try to articulate what I'm doing as I do it, but I am going to need to click quickly. I'm actually down on clock right now, so... If he plays anything on his turn here, I'm probably just going to mana leak it just to use that mana up, basically. Yeah, I'm going to mana leak this just to, like I said, use my mana. This is game 1, and we've both burned quite a bit of time. Yep. Start with this. That's exactly what we're looking for. Counterspell. So now we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 mana. Red, red. I think we're just going to kill 3 of his guys with Rolling Thunder here. Yeah, that sounds good. We've got 2 counterspells to fight over it. Let's do 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So he basically needs a dispel here. Okay. Yep, pass the turn now. He's effectively down to 2 power on the table now. He is playing just like all the best blue and black creatures in the format. We've got a Chainer's Edict left in the bin here. We've got Muldrifter and Arc Lightning to do some more work here. They're running a little light on gas at this point, though. There's another Muldrifter. Mnemonic Wall of his own. Okay, that's pretty good. He can get back Soul Manipulation, probably. Counterspell, sure. Unfortunately, we can't Mana Leak this Counterspell. We'll see how often it comes up that we can't actually cast Counterspells instead of Mana Leak. So far, our mana has been really good. Lightning Bolt kills one of these idiots, so that's probably fine. So, bolt one of these. We're not just running this Muldrifter into Counterspell. 2 here, 1 here. And now all of a sudden he doesn't have any power on the table. Just going to ship the turn back. To rebuy all of the thunders / counters. Maybe. Ghostly Flicker. Alright. Well, at this point, I think we are locked. Yeah, we're definitely locked out of the game. But again, our opponent's deck, I'm just gonna, this isn't gonna be super entertaining, but we're basically locked out of the game with the Ghostly Flicker Chittering Rats. So I am just going to F6 a bunch here and make our opponent kill us. We're going to lose this game, but I want to make sure we get a buffer on the clock before we do. He's gonna have to go through a lot of work to actually kill us. I guarantee you I made some mistakes this game. This is literally the first match with the deck, and I just haven't played with it before. Oh, might as well cast this, since we're just getting Chittering Rats otherwise. He'll cast Counterspell, we'll do stuff. So yeah, we've both burned almost 10 minutes off our clocks in just this first game, like I said. A lot of the Pauper's really grindy. Why not Leak Flicker? Because he had mana up for it at the time. He had 3 mana up. I think he had 3 mana up. Maybe he didn't. I mean, to be fair, in comparison to the other decks, some of the sideboard cards are expensive, but in comparison to Magic cards in general, the sideboard cards are very cheap. Like they're not expensive at all. And again, I'm not conceding here for 2 points. One, it gets us set on clock, and 2, our opponent's playing a brew, so we don't know what cards are in his deck, so we're just gonna get to see what cards are in his deck by making him click through and actually kill us. Like, does he have some kind of big bomb that we need to be aware of that he's gonna like play and actually close out the game, or is he just playing like these weak 1 and 2 mana value creatures and planning to win the game that way? Like, he's actually going to Chainer's Edict through our guys here and probably kill us fairly quickly, but, you know, we'll make him do it. Pauper is definitely very blue. You're not wrong. So we're locked out of drawing cards for the rest of the game. Because every turn he's going to Ghostly Flicker, Monomic Wall, and Chittering Rats, and then put our Mana Leak back on top of our deck. But again, he might give away information while he's doing all this, so I want to make sure we actually... I guess I could technically Mana Leak his Ghostly Flicker when he goes to do it, but... Maybe we'll do that this turn. He just pays the mana, and then we don't have to put the Mana Leak back on top of our deck, and maybe we draw into something else, but... Yeah, like I said, another merit to just not casting the Leak there is he doesn't ever see it. Like again, we're losing this game, so we're playing to get information. And, you know, we don't want to give away more information of our own while we're playing to get information. And again, now we went from being down on time to when we effectively started losing this game, now we're up on clock by almost 4 minutes now. As he's just sitting here dawdling around way more than he needs to. And clock management is a big part of playing these decks. Why offer me blockers, Magic Online? It's just one of your many wonderful features. One thing I find really weird about Pauper is that someone in chat was talking about what do I think about paper Pauper. Like, the fact something Pauper needs to get better and to grow, there needs to not be this divide between MTGO Pauper and paper Pauper. Wizards needs to create a, this is Pauper, this is the list of cards you're allowed to play, this is the list of cards that's banned. It's not different because it's Magic Online versus paper. Like, it needs to just be the same all the way. That's one of the first things that probably needs to happen. It adds a layer of confusion for players, and it's not good. All right, so now we get to board out some of our bad cards and board in negates and dispels and pyroblast and Ulamog's Crusher seems reasonable. I think any of these other cards are relevant. I guess technically Magma Spraying a Muldrifter might be okay. Chainer's Edict is obviously not good. Twin Bolt's not great. Arc Lightning's not great. Rolling Thunder's a fine win condition. Bolts and Flame Slashes are probably medium at best. The rest of these cards seem okay. Echoing Truth is actually good at bouncing our own things. Capsize, Seagate Oracle, Compulsive Research. All of these cards seem good. I definitely want these. So I think it's down to Flame Slash and Bolt that I want to cut. And Bolt's an instant so it can get out from under Chittering Rat's lock. So that's probably the better of the two. Upside to playing like one twin bolt here over one of these lightning bolts is that like if we block two like Chittering Rats with Seagate Oracles, we could twin bolt and clean up the Chittering Rats, which seems like something that's going to come up a lot. We both see a lot of our decks. I think I just want to submit like this though. Hey Pat, life's swell, you know, good. Fame's good, life's good. All right, so we're down a game, but we're up on clock. So total EV, we're probably up. Keep natural Tron, right? Snap keep twice. Opponent mulliganed. We win this game. We stay up on clock. We should easily win the match on just on timer. We're gonna try and actually win the game, but like in terms of timer, like F6 value. Yeah, I'll get him. Crack that fetch. Get that F6 value. You get it, buddy. Prophetic Prism. Condescend and Remove Soul. It's looking good. Mnemonic Wall Rebind Counterspell sounds really hot. Mana leak the crap out of this. Actually, it's probably Condescend, right? Nah, Condescend could be better later, I suppose. Although Mana Leak's better than Condescend for a little while. If I play this, yeah, I can just go boop, boop, wall, rebuy Mana Leak. Yeah, that's real good. Oh, that feels great. Tron mana so fair. Tron mana is so fair. I'm going to condescend this one. He knows about the mana leak, which probably makes mana leaking better. I'll just keep his threats off the table. It's possible. I have enough counterspells that like I just really don't care really what we're countering at this point. I'm saving Condescend here because it can be used to fight over non-creature spells at a certain point. We're getting a little flooded. Probably saving this for like Chittering Rats or Muldrifter. Well, speak of the devil and it will appear. He doesn't, I might as well make him pay a little extra. Looking for a card advantage to draw here. Mnemonic Wall, Muldrifter. Capsize isn't off, right? How many? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. So, yeah, we're going to bottom this and top this. And he missed a land drop, right? This is turn 7, so yeah, he's missed a few land drops. So we're just going to go ahead and capsize that with buyback. And then capsize one of these other lands with buyback. All right, there we go. Welcome to Thunderdome. Yeah, man, you got Seagate Oracle. I'm going to capsize 2 more of your lands next turn if you don't have Dispel. God, that seems really wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to rep Dispel. If he has Dispel here, I might not even do this. But, like, the fact that he didn't, he's not even repping it. Just, like, free reign here. Curse of the Bloody Tome. Sure, man. Oh, I hate how Prophetic Prism works. Why doesn't it just automatically take mana from my pool? Cast with buyback. Cast with buyback. If he just wants to spend the rest of his game playing Curse of the Bloody Tome, that's fine with me. Pulse Massa Bolt doesn't seem very good. Is Dispel not where I want to be? Trying to go dip, 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 dip. Capsize that. Capsize that. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the compulsive research there. Alright, so that's good. So we can go boop, 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 boop. Cast with... And 1, 2, 3, 6, this is 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, yeah. Cast with buyback, target that. Make blue. Cast with buyback, target that. Eventually we were going to find a counterspell. Cast with buyback. Yeah, maybe taking a turn off to do that, but like we were bound to find a thing eventually. I'm gonna go ahead and make green. Pulse back. Ulamog's Crusher. So we have Ulamog's Crusher now. There's a reason why there's one of these on the board. It's definitely for matchups like this. So capsize that with buyback. Attack with Ulamog's Crusher. Has to attack. Alright, I don't even gotta click on it. That's so efficient. I think it's faster to actually just attack him one more time here. So for F6 value, I'm just gonna not kill him with the Rolling Thunder that turn, even though he was obviously very dead. We're only a minute up on clock now because I dirtled a lot that game. So we're gonna go ahead and submit, and we're gonna just try and stay up on clock this game. That capsize with Tron lands is just such a gas. There's no way these two decks finish a natural 3-game set. I feel like you either win in 1 or draw in 3. I guess maybe you win in 2, but like it's definitely draw in 3 is on the table. So again, gonna do my best to just make sure I don't easy mulligan. I think we have to mulligan that again. This is a keep with scry. Bottom and on land. I mean, Pauper's interesting. It's like it's Pauper and Legacy and Vintage are like the only formats we can play on Magic Online that are relevant. So Magic Online is dictating that we play Pauper and Legacy, and we played Legacy the last couple nights. So figured we'd change it up today. He's going to have Curse on 3, which is actually pretty good. We don't have a ton of ways to interact with Curse. Actually, I think it's just... If he plays Curse on 3 here, we're actually in a pretty bad spot. It's a way for him to kill us. Just always has it. Yep. Can't ever win now. That's sad. Just had double tapped lands. Alright, well, we're just a bad blue-red control deck this game, it looks like. He kept his edicts in last game. That's interesting. Maybe he just doesn't have enough to board in. I wonder how many curses are in his board. It's definitely the most important card in this matchup. I feel like we just don't have enough. Oh, I guess we have Pyroblast as a way to get this off the table. We could technically hit wall into Pyroblast, so untapped land here would actually be very good. Or we could just draw Pyroblast. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, that was awful. I guess this deck doesn't play that many lands. Oh, that's great. I liked those cards. Why did you take them away from me? Exclude, yep, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we only have 2 Pyroblasts to board in, so... Yep. I mean, Counterspell seems fine. Counterspell doesn't do anything exceptionally broken. I guess I should have let him resolve this before bolting his thing, but probably ultimately doesn't matter. There's Tron lands in our deck, right? Wow, I've only milled one of them too. Which one is exiled? That's a good question. Mine is exiled, so there's less of them in the deck. So let's take a mine. Compulsive Research is a good one. Hopefully he doesn't have too many curses. If he gets another curse here going, we could be in trouble. The old Seagate Mirror. All the value grindy cards in this format. Block, take 1. You have an edict? Yep. I have been edicted. Land. We really don't need Dismal Backwater at this point. I have plenty of our colors. He only has one card in his hand. Dispel was a great draw. We have to go ahead and jam our wall now. It's possible I'm supposed to save the tower to discard to compulsive research there. Yeah, I think I was supposed to save the tower, especially since I could already dispel. Although this lets me cast Remove Soul next turn, which is good because Muldrifter or Chittering Rats could get away with the game. Complete disregard. Do I want to fight over that? I don't think I do. I feel like we're not on that fast of a clock. This is 6 turns right now. We're going to see a lot of cards next turn, so get that. Draw another one. Land. We hit a power plant, so that's good. So now we get to go ahead and... Do I want to research again right now? I feel like we have enough mana that we can wait a turn to do this and just hold up Remove Soul plus Dispel again. Don't want him to Muldrifter back into this game. Oh, he had no cards in hand? I guess I should have Compulsive Research. I thought he had one card in hand. That was just bad play. So we're looking for Rolling Thunder to clear his board at this point. Muldrifter's a great start. Oh, those are the wrong ones. I guess if I draw... No, there's no Chainer's Edicts left in my deck, right? Okay, so this effectively takes care of one of his threats. That will effectively take care of a lot more. I guess... Do I want to wait one turn? Yeah, I guess I'll wait a turn. Land, ban is a Guildgate. Play Shimmering Grotto, or this. We'll play Urza's Mind for now. What do you got? I bet I got a counterspell. Or flashing back Chainer's Edict. We're gonna capsize with buyback our guy. You know, for value. For value for the sake of value. Power plant. Doop, doop, doop. Cast this. Doop, doop, doop. Cast this. Chip the turn. You have another Chainer's Edict in the yard. Been a Muldrifter, that's fine. Can't do the capsize trick because I'd have to bounce both my guys. Which spell? Dispel right here. And this thing races hard. Wow, we're actually gonna like this game's probably gonna come to a natural conclusion. I was skeptical of the one crusher in the board, but it's oh god, Pulse of Marasa, what do we got in here? Green dupe. That should definitely be the game at this point. Let's get back Seagate Oracle, because we don't really want to draw that many cards, we just want to stay alive at this point. Okay, Seagate Oracle. Rolling Thunder. Alright, so he's dead next turn basically. Play this. This deck is really good. And we've played one match, but it feels really good. We'll say it feels really good. He's got plenty of lands to sacrifice to this effect, but he's only attacking on the crackback for 1 damage effectively, so... And we have... I guess we don't have the Dispel right now, so Rolling Thunder could technically get countered next turn, but he's basically dead. Like, scale of 1 to dead, opponent is very close to the dead side of the scale. He played a land, so he's just dead, and we get to Rolling Thunder him next turn. Deal 14 to you. Red, doop, doop. Oh, come on. Seriously, Magic Online? Doop, 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 doop. Alright. Boom goes the dynamite. Got him. So... the difference between these is these destroy the permanent if it's that color. So these check for color only upon resolution, not on casting. The Elemental Blasts check for the color when you target it and when it resolves. So this card, you could technically cast targeting any card in play, and it just won't do anything if you target a non-blue card. And it's largely irrelevant, except for like when you're generating like Storm Count. The old almost 50-minute match. This deck seems hot. Counterspell's been castable the few times we've drawn it. You've got, how many blue sources? We've got, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and map's kind of a 16th blue source. So we do have a split. Something I mentioned in the first game we played is we have a split. We have a split of counterspells here. We've got 2 Mana Leaks, a Remove Soul, 2 counterspells, and actually we have 2 Condescends up here too. I would assume Infernum. Again, I took someone else's deck list 100%, and we copied it because I don't have experience with this archetype. We've now played 1 entire match with it. It seems great. Doing Tron things, just like have all of the mana. And just like finish with Rolling Thunder, the old Fireball for X. Joe Looney with the follow. I appreciate that. Follows and subs are 2 best ways you can show your support for the stream, so I appreciate you taking the time to push that button below. Cutting for a mountain does not seem good. I think we're already pretty borderline on castable for Counterspell, and Counterspell's really good. Oh, I didn't see it go. I must have missed it. Oops. Pulse Marasa is such a sweet addition to this deck. You get to like pulse. Mnemonic Wall is basically a Snapcaster Rage in this deck because you just have so much mana. So pulse your Snapcaster back something else. Capsize your Snapcaster, replay your Snapcaster Pulse, get back something else. God bless this one Crusher in the board. It is. It's so good. I would not want to play against this card in Modern. It's so good. It would make my Birds of Paradise deck so much worse. Just like can't just ramp around their counter spells. I will neither confirm nor deny that I am playing Get Rogue Monsters in Baltimore. The old 1-0-1-2 pair down. Thanks, Worth. This ain't skippable. We can cast Lightning Bolts and Flame Slashes for 1 mana. Seems fine. Opponent mulliganed. I mean, competitive formats are defined by events that exist for them, so Pauper, in my opinion, competitive formats are defined by the events that you're able to play in them. So, by that definition, Pauper is not a competitive format currently because it doesn't have competitive events to play in. Unless your LGS is holding like Pauper 1Ks and like weekly cash events, there aren't events to play in it. You think so, Tyler? I mean, Rewind's a powerful card. I have no idea if it's good in this deck. Flicker with Cloud of Fairy sounds real busted, because it just, it just costs 1 mana then, effectively. I think I want to hold up Condescend / Mana Leak this turn, so I'm just going to pass the turn back. Next turn, hopefully we draw a land naturally, or we can cantrip the Prophetic Prism into a land. I mean, ideally we find, what's it called in our next 2 draw steps? Just the next, I feel like he wants to be filling his graveyard, so I'm just going to Mana Leak this. I think their payoff is Big Fish. Like, if he sticks a fish here, I could have Mana Leaked that. Hopefully he just has the 3/3 flyer. A bounce land, it was free. If you had a forget, it's gross. Alright, so he does have Big Fish. He has this with Unearth in the bin. Am I just supposed to bolt this? Maybe I'm supposed to bolt plus Flame Slash the Angler next turn? I guess I might use bolt to gain 3 on this. Seagate Oracle speed bumps the fish next turn. This thing has cycling and Unearth. That's hot. Where's this tower? I could just play the Muldrifter. It's weird knowing that my spells are going to resolve. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play the Muldrifter here. It's the most value. Muldrifter can jump in front of Gurmag Angler. I guess he could very likely have a removal spell, so this isn't guaranteed to gain me life. Okay, Chainer's Edict was a good draw, so we get to bolt this idiot and then Edict this. I suppose we could also just like take a hit for 5 this turn and block here and take this, and then we have this bolt to clean up these guys. He might also just like unearth both of these and crash for like up to 11 this turn, which could be kind of scary. Yeah, that might happen too. So I think if he unearths both of these, we're just using the Muldrifter as a gain 5. Yeah, I'm going to use the Muldrifter as a gain 5 here, and we'll take 7 down to 7, and we'll slash this idiot and edict this one away. And then we're looking for a Pulse of Marasa to clean up here. Basically, it gets our Muldrifter back. He gains us enough life to stabilize the board. Mana Leak's not a bad draw, so we have to go ahead and Flame Slash this guy. Black. Chainer's Edict you. And then we can technically have enough mana left to bolt here. Move Shimmering Grotto into 1. Again, like it's not about an opinion on how you feel about the format. If you ask me, it's about, are there events to support the format to allow it to become competitive? Like, formats aren't competitive if you don't have people incentivized to build good decks and try and break the format. Again, that's my opinion of what makes something truly competitive. Alright, so I'm just going to use our mana and bolt this at end step here. I know we can dredge it, but you have to remember dredging isn't actually card advantage. Cast this, draw some cards. What you got, bud? If he doesn't have another card here, we just get to Chainer's Edict this with flashback next turn. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. Filter this to black. Edict him. See Pikachu on screen there. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. What do you think, Tyler? You think so? What you doing? You dredge Stinkweed Imp again. Doesn't look like there's anything relevant in his bin. I feel like we can just like kill Stinkweed Imps enough times that he just runs out of cards in his deck. He has 2 more fish. Hooting Mandrills. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of wish I would have left counterspells up. I might have been tapping out too aggressively this game. Where's this tower? So I think we're going to start with Compulsive Research here because we really need to hit our last Tron piece, I think. Land, bin the Izzet Guildgate, hit the Tron piece. What does that do for us? Tron piece gives us this guy. Found another Muldrifter. Okay. And then we can trade Muldrifter for... We can put 2 Muldrifters for the Hooting Mandrills. Okay, we got a Compulsive Research for next turn. That's sweet. We are, in fact, what you would classify as the bad guys. You are not wrong. I think I want to bin the Mana Leak for now. Maybe I'm supposed to bin a Swiftwater Cliffs there. I don't know. The Bits of Life are probably useful. I'm gonna double block the zombie fish or single block the zombie fish and double block this guy. If we have a removal spell, we're in a little bit of trouble, but I think this is our best bet to win the game, is taking this trade. He gets to resolve whatever he wants this turn, which is hopefully just Stinkweed Imps. I mean, Slash is live to kill the fish too, because we have Arc Lightning. I guess I should do this first. Discard a land. I think it's going to be Island at this point. I guess we're kind of choked on colors, aren't we? I guess I'll bend the power plant. So... if I do this, I can play Seagate Oracle and maybe find a removal spell for the Skirmag Angler. We missed. We found another Seagate Oracle, so that buys turns against it at least. So we go boop. So I can play this and then go boop, boop, play this. Counterspell capsize. There we go. That's the droid we're looking for. We're gonna get there eventually. Discard a Swiftwater Cliffs. All right, sweet. Now we're cooking with gas. I knew we had the tools. We had the tools to win this game. We just had to figure it out. We've all the cards and all the mana. We just had to figure out how our opponent how we were dealing with the board, and then like we'll win at some point in the eventually part of the game. But for now, we're just gonna capsize our opponent out of the game. Another Hooting Mandrill. So we're going to go ahead and tap this and this for Remove Soul. And then end step, we're going to Pulse of Marasa back a Muldrifter. God, he's out of stuff. Our opponent's just not going to be able to handle this. This is so good. Oh, jeez. We found a bolt. So we get to bolt this idiot. And then we can Arc Lightning this other one, right? And then we have blue. So we go Arc Lightning, 2, 1. Okay. Then we go ahead and we do boop, 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 filter to blue. Capsize with buyback on this guy. This runs 2 Mnemonic Walls. There are two in the main deck. And now the game is over. My opponent should concede at this point, but he's allowed to keep playing. He's allowed to try and clock us. We're at 19 minutes, though. We're actually up on clock on him. But the game's gonna take a few turns to end, but it's over now. And we could counterspell the fish at some point, but like if he wants to spend mana playing a fish every turn, like so we're at 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. My opponent just said in chat, don't think I can get past capsize now. I would agree. I don't think you can get past capsize either. Especially considering we can start capsizing you like 3 times a turn. We're just going to go like, boop, pick up all your lands. Yep, just concedes. He comes to the same conclusion we do. So he's definitely the aggressive deck in this matchup. Diabolic Edict seems okay. Mnemonic Wall? I guarantee you I said it wrong the first time. Mnemonic wall? I don't know. I honestly don't. Maybe the one random magma spray is okay. It's like exiles his stinkweed imp. I don't think we really care about that though. In all honesty, the arc lightnings and twin bolts don't seem stellar. Magma spray is probably better than those. Edict's probably better than the other one. Yeah, we're ahead on clock on him, so... Do we need the Ulamog's Crusher? I feel like we don't need the Ulamog's Crusher crutch in this matchup. We're just gonna, like, grind him out the old-fashioned style. Mnemonic. I say mnemonic. It has an M in front. Mnemonic. Whatever. Who cares? I'm gonna say mnemonic, and y'all can deal with it, okay? Okay. So, yeah, I think that's all I want to do. We'll just, like, kill him with the Rolling Thunder. It's not like he has counter magic in his deck. That's what he gets for not playing islands in this format. Just Tron on 3, 2 prismatic, prophetic prisms, just like... Yeah, we have walls, though, to rebuy them. We have walls and Marasas to rebuy them. So we don't... I know we're not just dead if he just has the one. Oh, no! He has to take one of our prisms, though, which is actually pretty good. Like, taking our prism away here is not... If he has another duress, this hand actually gets really bad really fast. Chainer's Edict, really? Alright, well that... Maybe he just assumes we're going to find colored sources eventually, or maybe he has Artifact Destruction. This deck feels like it's one of this effect short. Like, maybe I want 1 to 2 more things that filter colors. Why would you tap your duel there? I don't understand. Puts Fairy Macabre in his hand. Sure. Yeah, man. You're going to counter my Mnemonic Wall. We're going to get got. Oh, he is Hootie. Sure. Let's start with another prism, see where we get. Probably just gonna use our life total as a resource here for a little bit. Get Condescend next turn. Sure. That's, I mean, I would have saved that to tag my wall with at some point, but I guess I can just flash that back starting next turn, so that's why he wants to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my hit for 4 here. I would like to Condescend. This has to target exile up to 2 cards. Nope, he just exiled his own Stinkweed Imp for no reason. Okay. Until when? Until I'm done. I don't really have a set schedule. I just kind of stream. We'll stream probably 2 or 3 hours at least. We've been going for about an hour, so another couple hours at the very least. Probably just firing this off on almost anything. Yeah, I think that's counterable. Countering this makes any possible fish or dredge cards in his hand much worse. Get to scry a little bit. We can rebuy this with wall. Bolt doesn't seem great, and we don't need this land either, so let's just bottom both of those. Wild Mongrel, sure. So I can do this for 5 right now. I think I'd like to wait and do it for more than that and kill both of his idiots. So this is free, basically, right? I play it. I crack it. I get Urza's Tower. Yeah. Yay, Tron math. And then next turn, we can play Rolling Thunder for a lot. And maybe I'm supposed to save the wall to get back Rolling Thunder, but it probably doesn't matter. This deck just seems like it doesn't do it. Like, so, like, is this what... I mean, we feel really helpless when we play against Tron a lot of the time in this format, so, like, just being the bad guy and, like, Troning people feels kind of good. Get got, fair, honest, pauper opponents. Our lands make a lot of mana. Block your Wild Mongrel. So we can Rolling Thunder for 8 next turn. I'm confused. You playing a fish? Is that what I had to discard? Hooting Mandrills. Okay, sure. Why didn't he just tap one more mana? I don't understand why he exiled his thing with flashback. That's an opponent is making, let's call them interesting plays. Interesting plays, questionable. That's not what I wanted to do, Magic Online. I want to tap this. I want to make a red out of that, and I want to make a red out of that, and then I want to make this. Cast Rolling Thunder. If he had Morgue Theft, he could actually maybe win this game, but he discarded it and exiled it for some reason. So I'm just not sure why he did that. Seagate Oracle, and now the game has ended. I guess we're actually at a point where he could like sneak back into the game. So I guess I shouldn't say the game has ended, but the game's like he's like mostly dead. Like on a scale of 1 to dead, we're at the mostly dead portion of the scale. Like he could limp into this somehow, but yeah, Tron is like the Eldrazi of Pauper. You can basically just like sprinkle Tron lands into your deck, and then like the rest of the deck can look vastly different. You probably have Muldrifters somewhere in the 75, but in reality, you can really just like do whatever you want and probably still be fine. If you look at MTG Goldfish, Tron comes in like every color of the rainbow. Like the Temur Tron deck, let's play Fagrin Marauders and Ulamog's Crushers in the main deck. We can condescend him for 5 here. Probably going to condescend any creature that he plays. Yep. He just keeps over-delving. I don't understand. I don't understand, opponent. You could be making so much better plays. Get to Scry 2. Don't really want that. We'll take a Muldrifter. Turn 3, you might not even try. I don't think that's true at all. Like, this, maybe for the Rugtron deck, but, like, this deck just feels like a control deck that's just, like, a reasonable control deck that just happens to do really busted things when you have Tron. Could truth the prisms to draw. I think we're gonna be fine. We're probably gonna manage to pull this one out. Thanks for the host, Neo. We are playing Magic tonight. Spent the afternoon playing some Hex. don't want either of those cards. Just looking for things to draw cards, basically, just in case. Opponent said GG in chat, which I agree. He's probably lost the game. Opponent could have gotten a little bit more value out of his draw that game, but the fact that we had like Chainer's Edict and Flame Slash still in hand probably meant we were winning the game. Like next turn we were drawing just like 6 cards. Optimally, they should all play it. I mean, Daze isn't that hard to play around. Like, the first time you get Dazed out of them, I agree, you should just, like, there's so many people playing budget Delver decks in here that you don't play around Daze at all. And the first time they Daze you, then you play around it for the rest of the game and it's useless. I don't know what the paper format is. Maybe the paper format should be changed to match the Magic Online format. I said this earlier. I think there needs to be one Pauper format. There needs to not be a paper Pauper format and an MTGO Pauper format. There just needs to be a list of cards that are legal in Pauper, that are searchable on the Gatherer, that are legal on Magic Online and in shops when you go and play Pauper in shops. That's something the format definitely needs. Slivers. Haven't played against that before. This hand's pretty obvious mulligan. If we had even one more land, we'd keep it even if it was colorless because we could map for a colored source. This hand is fine. We've got a scry and we can filter into that. We're just looking for lands. Radiant Fountain. All right, not playing Slivers. That usually means control. Well, it's unfortunate that he gets to counter this. Sweet. Resolved. Settle in for another match full of F6ing and me trying to time someone out. Yeah. Looks like they're playing Teachings. Or just straight blue-black control like our opponent earlier is playing, but some spectrum of control. If we hit an island next turn, I might just evoke a Muldrifter. I'm not sure. Otherwise, we're going to correct this for Swiftwater Cliffs and put that into play. Is playing Teachings. Okay, had the discard. Swiftwater Cliffs, play that. Pristine Talisman, sure. Okay, let's play Seagate Oracle here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him counter this just because we did miss a land drop. Another land's pretty good. If he misses a land drop again this turn, I'm going to Echoing Truth his Pristine Talisman at end step. Land. It's unfortunate. I'm going to bolt his Dome so that way the damage isn't relevant, but we're going to discard the bolt anyways at end step. Pulse of Marasa actually gets back Seagate Oracle. What does stuff? Hopefully he misses a line drop again next turn. Well, this is going to be good. Just end step, Echoing Truth, both of these. Counter magic to fight over it. And he's going to have to discard. If he has a counter spell, which if he has one, he should play it. He's still going to have to discard one card here. It varies depending on the deck. The decks in this format start like sub $10 for some of them, and they go all the way up to right around $100, $150 for the most expensive. Now, this Echoing Truth got a card out of him because he has to discard now, and now Muldrifter is going to resolve because he chose to fight over that, so just a lot of things ended up well for us in that exchange. And the fact that he chose to fight over it was great because we don't have mana to Muldrifter plus Counterspell on our turn. And this, there's no way this lives, but I drew 2 cards at least. Brainstorm's very medium in Pauper, and the reason for that is there aren't a lot of shuffle effects. You have Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse. The thing that makes Brainstorm powerful is being able to shuffle your library afterwards. If we get a Tron land, that'll be the nuts next turn, so then we can Pulse plus play Muldrifter again. We hit the last Tron piece. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I'm going to Pulse plus Evoke Muldrifter. The Muldrifter is just dying anyway, so basically this is gain 6 Divination, which seems reasonable. All right, there's our last Tron piece. I'm gonna play. We have plenty of colors, so I guess I'm just gonna play out the Urza Mine. So that way we just like maximize the amount of stuff we do. He has Seagate Oracles in his main deck. Alright. Good to know. Do you have Muldrifters too? That's a good opening for Muldrifter. We don't have Remove Soul up. Compulsive Research. That's not bad. Start with this. Getting like excluded here. Remove Soul of Zone. Sure. Land, spin the Guild Gate, play Prism. Counter spell. We need to leave those up. Alright, so we'll just pass the turn here so we can have counter spell plus remove soul up. No, I've mostly just been playing the control. I guess the Acid Trip deck could be considered a aggro E deck. I don't own any of these Magic cards. I don't own any of them, so don't judge me. You can judge me. You're all judging me, but I don't own any of these cards. I borrow all of them from our gracious sponsor, Card Hoarder, whose logo is displayed there below the stream for a reason. Good people, Card Hoarder. One of the good ways you can support the stream if you play Magic Online and you're buying cards anyways is buying cards from Card Hoarder supports the stream, so it's good If you want to help out and you can't donate directly, but you want to, you know, you're still spending money on Magic anyways, you can patronize Card Hoarder as patronizing the stream. We'll probably wall for Pulse for Muldrifter next turn. Actually, we might just wall for Counterspell and like just save up a pile of counterspells so that way when we finally draw I think we're behind game 1 in this matchup just because like we don't have a lot of win conditions, but once we bring in Ulamog's Crusher, and we're kind of ahead in these matchups just because I play quickly. So like that's definitely a real thing. Like being ahead on clock is super real. I'm not sure if this resolves as step 1. We have to wait and see about that. It does. I think I'm just getting Counterspell. I feel like just having a pile of Counterspells and making all of the mana is going to be the most valuable thing we can do. Like even if we like get Muldrifter and draw cards, we want to be able to draw more cards. Yeah, man, teaching for teachings, I get it. Yes, give me Counterspell. He's gonna dirtle a lot, and we're just gonna stay ahead on clock, and eventually we're gonna play out all of our lands and fireball him with like triple counter magic. I don't think Lotus Petal sees any play in Pauper, does it? People that play the format, I'm very new to the format, so I'm just fumbling my way around. If this is exclude, I'm gonna fight over it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fight over this. Do I want to fight over this? Nah, I feel like I just don't care. Yeah, take your thing. I have Chainer's Edicts to kill you, and I want to save these for like if he has Justice as a win condition. He doesn't know about the second counterspell. He only knows about the first one. We're up almost 2 minutes on the clock. Did he get Think Twice? That's funny. I guess I get Accumulate Knowledge would have been better than his Think Twices here, probably. I'm a big fan of AK in the teaching deck. Maybe we just draw less cards than him and we deck him here. That seems like a very real plan. It's like the old natural decks. Casual format. It's basically a casual format. Oh no! He doombladed my Mnemonic Wall. Whether or not formats again are casual or competitive, I would say is defined by what type of events you can play for these formats. Because this format doesn't have Grand Prix or Open or any other large type cash events, I would say that Pauper, while fun and interesting, is largely a casual format. I would not be surprised if this game comes down to the clock. That's why you keep hearing me mentioning the clock. We're over 2 minutes up. If he keeps drawing cards and looking for things the way he's drawing cards and looking for things, we're just going to have more cards in our deck than he is, and he's going to deck out at some point. We don't have a lot of counter spells in our main deck, which I think puts us behind game 1 in this matchup, but again, overall, I play quickly, and I think we're favored in the 3-game set once we brought in our sideboard cards. He's just like casting Justice here? Oh, yeah, man. Justice away. We're not going to fight over Justice for a while here. Again, he's got to tap all his mana to cast this. So his win condition is literally playing a 7-mana card that does 2 damage to both players and all creatures. And he just sits here gaining life with Pristine Talisman, so it doesn't actually kill him. Oh, crap. Crap. That I should have fought over. That was a punt. I just clicked past it. I thought he was casting the other card again. But he drew his Curse of the Blade Tome, which just mills us for 2 every turn. And our cap size is down, so yep. Yep. Alright. Should have fought over that. I think we're just straight out. I don't care if he sees my deck. We're just gonna make him kill us. No idea. We'll definitely be playing less Pauper and Legacy when we can play Modern again, because I really like playing Modern. Yeah, I think we would have won this game actually just by naturally decking him out if we hadn't if I hadn't let this resolve. Crypt Incursion. Yeah, man, you got it. Definitely want all of these. Flame Slash, Bolt, Twin Lightning, Arc Lightning's not good. The Edicts are actually fine because he's probably boarding in Gurmag Anglers. So I think I'm fine with the rest of this. Yeah, I think I'm fine with the rest of this. Don't really want any of that out of the board. So that was on me. If I would have fought, I guess it's possible he had 3 counter spells to counter our 3 counter spells there, but we very likely could have won that game by fighting over the curse. They don't ban things in Legacy when they get out of hand. They ban things in Legacy when the players whine about them enough. Like, Dig and Cruise were probably fine power levels for Legacy, but the Legacy community just decided to whine a bunch about it, so Wizards appeased them. Echoing Truth is a good thing here in case he sticks a curse next turn. Oh, has his curse on 3, so that's good for him. I'm glad we took the Echoing Truth. Legacy is literally a format where people die before they draw cards. Like Legacy just doesn't have that many bannings in it because Wizards doesn't care about the format. That's the actual truth about why Legacy isn't policed any more than it is. Ooh, should have kept that land in my hand. Should have kept that land. So that way we could discard it to this. I'm probably going to fight over this since I have Pyroblast plus Negate to kill his... Yeah, I'm going to dispel this. I have Pyroblast plus Negate next turn to deal with his land discard. Already played a land for the turns. Play Prophetic Prism. So now he sticks his curse again. If he would have had Duress there, that would have gone poorly for us, but he didn't, so it wasn't. Let's start by drawing some cards with this. I should have tapped the Dismal Backwater here. Discard a land, discard this. Red. Destroy that thing. This. Play Prophetic Prism. God, I want a third Pyroblast on the board of this deck. That card's so good in this format. And I don't think there's enough red decks to play all of the copies of... I think there's too many copies of Hydroblast on the board. Trickery is also not a card. Like, the format online right now is just, like, super blue skewed, so, like, having a bunch of Pyroblast seems really good. But again, I'm just playing a list that I was given verbatim because I don't like to make changes to the list without at least playing some matches with them. You have Teachings. That's good. Yeah, gets them ahead. We really need, like, a Muldrifter. Your Counterspell. Yep. We need a Muldrifter or a Mnemonic Wall to get compulsive research going. So it has a counterspell that we know about. Flash back your mystical teachings, get further ahead. We've seen a lot of our sideboard cards already this game, which is good. I guess we're also through half of our deck, so I guess that's to be expected. Yeah, that's fine. I think we're saving. We're not. I think the plan this game is only fight over his win conditions. Look, if the Magic players weren't complaining about Splinter Twin being banned, they'd be complaining about something else. The only thing Magic players like more than playing Magic is complaining about Magic, let's be honest. Another Counterspell is a phenomenal draw. Again, we're just trying to not die, basically. What do you think, Toddler? God, matches in this format just go so long. Another think twice, sure. He's gonna think so much? I feel like accumulating knowledge is just like such better value when you're doing like what our opponent's doing right now. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I drawn 12 lands. We actually haven't drawn that many lands. I say it always feels like you've drawn a lot of lands with these types of decks, but the important thing to remember is you want to look at the proportion of lands to the number of cards you've drawn, and we've seen 33 cards out of our deck. So like only 12 lands and 33 cards. It's actually right about average because we're at 23 cards or 23 lands. All right, that'll let us fight over. He might actually not have creatures in his deck post board. We'll see. I didn't really leave in. This is like, I think this is the only, I guess this and the Edicts are the only cards I left in. I am looking forward to courting again and having it be relevant, definitely. Crypt Incursion. Yeah, that's fine. There's Muldrifter. I might fight over this. He's not even fighting over it. Sweet. I always say think once when I cast think twice the first time. Always makes them smile. Capsize. That's kind of a win condition. So how much mana do I have here? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Doomblade. Yeah, man. You Doombladed my divination. Get got. Why do I have to click on these 2 mana? I need to remember to float the mana before I cast cards like this. Yeah, man. You got it. Power plant seems better than Chainer's Edict at this point. So this is 9, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have 25 mana right now. Okay. Well, we're going places. Cast this Mnemonic Wall. Get back a Dispel. This one I think we're gonna fight over because this one gets back counterspells and it insulates the from edicts. Yeah, that's fine. Sweet. So we're actually gonna kill him this turn. It looks like, or we're effectively gonna win the game this turn. Get back Dispel. Which spell? Dispel right here. Oh yeah. If I do this, it leaves me with 1, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so I can still just fight over a bunch of stuff. So yeah, let's play Crusher. Stop it. I'm going to let his Dispel resolve. And then I'm going to counterspell his counterspell. I'll let his counterspell resolve. I'm going to counterspell his counterspell. He has 1 card left. Did we win? Did we win? Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Get in there, Ulamogs Crusher. Crush him! Crush him! Crush him! He's only got 1 card. He's only got 1 card. He's got all Diabolic Edicts and no Chainer's Edicts to flashback? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What does he got here? What does he got? Avenkar's Justice. Ah, yeah. That's fine. And then you're just going to cast it normal, so that way the next Edict he draws can kill. Fair. How much blue mana can we make is the real question here. Capsize with buyback this one. Capsize with buyback this one. Blue off of there. Blue off of there. Capsize with buyback this one. Doop, doop, doop. Blue off of there. Blue off of there. Capsize with buyback this one. Maybe I'm supposed to kill his. And this was very aggressive what I just did here. If he draws a removal spell, we're probably still fine. But like, I definitely did not need to capsize all of those. But it was fun, so I did it. Yeah, get got, opponent. Game 2 or game 3. Do I want any other changes here? Nope. Yep. I feel like I want at least 1 more card for these matchups. I feel like I want at least 1 more card. I need to play a variety of matches with the deck, obviously. We're finishing out this league without changing anything, so we can't. But at least 1 more Pyroblast in the board would not be a bad thing, I don't think. We didn't see any creatures, but that doesn't mean he doesn't go back to the drawing board for the last game. I feel comfortable, like, leaving 2 Chainer's Edicts in the deck seems reasonable, especially when he's on the play, and, like, the clock can become a concern. And, like, we can always, like, bin Chainer's Edicts to compulsive researches if we need to. You know, I actually don't hate bringing in Grudge. It basically kills a land. Grudge would have actually been good, I think. Huh. That's actually a super sweet consideration. I would have, yeah. Ironblood, I actually think that would be okay based on what he did. Like, we have these Chainer's Edicts. Like, maybe cut 1 Edict for a Grudge, even. Again, like, I wouldn't put it past him reconfiguring his deck post-board to have creatures in it, but it's definitely something to consider. And, like, he has Curse here. We're going to be in trouble because we can't Echoing Truth and then counter it. Alright, no Curse is good. I'm just going to play Swiftwater Cliffs out again for now. It gives him information about a card in here. Maybe I'm supposed to play the Guild Gate because now he knows one of the cards we drew. Sweet. No Curse is good. Teachings resolves. Again, someone commented earlier that, like, if you don't hit Tron with this deck, it's a bad deck, and, like, it feels like it's just, like, this reasonable mid-range control deck when you don't have Tron. Does he have Capsize here? That would be super annoying. This is very aggressive. I usually board this card out in these matchups. Okay. He found Capsize. We get to play Wall. I think he's probably just salty that we capsized him out of the game last game. We won game 2 by sticking an Ulamog's Crusher with a pile of counter magic. I mean, if you want to capsize this again here, bud, you're gonna let us cast this compulsive research. Yeah, man, that's fine. We drew which spell? Dispel right here. So let's compulsive research target ourselves. Let's discard 2 cards. We do not need this Edict, and we do not need this Remove Soul. Let's play the Swiftwater Cliffs, and then we still have to discard something, so we'll bin a Guild Gate here. Go for it again. Do it again. Say what again? Oh, he's doing it. He's saying what? I'm going to condescend here. Might as well scry. Prophetic Prism, Capsize of our own. I feel like we don't want the Capsize of our own just yet. Do we even want the Prophetic Prism? I feel like we're like just looking for Tron pieces. I guess this is a cantrip. Yeah, it's probably fine. And Seagate Oracle doesn't matter. The bounce land, yeah, that's true. So I have a Dispel. So I think I want to go for the Mnemonic Wall here while he only has 2 cards up. He has a counterspell that we know about, I guess. And if he does win the fight over the Mnemonic Wall, we can pulse it back later. But if it resolves, we get to... I'll just make him have another counterspell before we can flashback Teachings and get another one. That sucks. So we know he has counterspell in his hand. So I'm just gonna let that go. Pick a spot to fight when we can win. Or have a better chance of winning when we know we're not for sure going to lose. Edicting me? Yeah. It's like this is going to be a better time to fight now. We can pulse at its end step or in response to this teachings. Or turn off auto yields. Let this resolve and then pulse for the wall back. So he still has a counterspell in his hand, what we know about. Probably going to jam the wall next turn. If he has another counterspell, like he's got a teachings, he's got multiple teachings in the bin here, so if we don't jam the wall, he's going to definitely have time to go get another piece of counter magic, so we're just going to jam the wall. He has remove soul. That's unfortunate. Yep. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to pass the turn here. He's going to get to flashback teachings. And get another piece of counter magic. I think we just got to hope the top of our deck is kind here. Muldrifters and Seagate Oracles and counterspells of our own. He's got 2 counterspells in his hand. And teachings in the bin still. He doesn't have us on any sort of clock, so... Actually, maybe we'll flashback the Chainer's Edict next turn. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable line of play. Oh, and we drew the last Pulse of Marasa too, which is not irrelevant. Take your clock off the table. Smart man, not fighting over that. He has to flashback teachings again and get an exclude or a third counterspell. Think once, you think again. Flashback, yeah, okay. Probably because someone started playing with it, so they figured they might as well just keep playing that one. He's got Curse here? Okay. I say, what is he tapping out for? That, we could be... If we had Tron, we'd be winning this game pretty easily, I think, but we don't have Tron, so we're not. Alright, well, we drew Muldrifter. So we just kill this here. If he has double Dispel, this doesn't work. That was a good draw. Again, I want a third one of these in the board. Really want a third one of these in the board. Yeah, I just want all the Pyroblasts. Alright, so he's down to 1 counterspell that we know about. Crusher's not dead. Crusher's only gone forever if this Pulse of Marasa gets countered. So if we can maneuver this Pulse of Marasa to resolve, we can pulse the wall, and then wall, pulse the wall, and then wall, pulse the Ulamog's Crusher. Opponent's also down on clock this game, so like if we can keep him off of win conditions, we could... If we keep him off of win conditions, we can just... Oh, that was a mistake. I should have Echoing Truthed my Muldrifter there. That was a mistake, because he probably would have counterspelled it. Oh, alright, yeah. Chainer's Edict, you're idiot. Oh, that was a mistake. I just saw Tower and like tunnel visioned on getting Tron. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take the Pyroblast there. Having a massive counterspells is definitely where we want to be in life. I think we're gonna pulse wall in response here. This is our best chance to resolve this. He only has 1 mana up. And we could get dispelled, but if he's got dispel, he's got dispel. If he's got dispel, our win condition becomes clocking him. I don't know that getting Tron online is strictly wrong, but I think it's better. It's better to have had the Pyroblast there for sure. And we're not gonna jam this because we need to. Are you gonna flashback Diabolic Edict? I'm gonna Echoing Truth this guy in response. What? My wall's just gonna resolve? Yeah, you can't do that. You can't fight over this. Seriously? Is he dead? How much mana do we have? We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't have enough to kill him, unfortunately, with our fireball. But, man. Seriously? So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're 1 short of wall, pulse, wall. We could wall, pulse, Muldrifter. That doesn't seem okay. That doesn't seem bad. We could wall, pulse, wall, echo, get back Echoing Truth the walls back to my hand. That doesn't seem awful. Right, because I have 15. So that's 5, and then 5, and then 5 again. Yeah, I don't think I hate that. That's like the biggest value play here. So we play the wall, we get Pulse of Marasa. Because he could just kill the Crusher. I think I want to go for the value. I don't think we're in the win the game portion of the game yet. Oh, am I 1 off because I used this? I think I'm 1 off now because I used that. Pulse, wall. Yeah, I'm going to be 1 short because I'm an idiot. I needed to use this prism to... I needed to use the prism to... I had to use the prism there to make green mana, and I wasn't thinking about it. I just assumed I had more, and I was clicking and trying to play a little fast because we are getting short on time. So now he has Counter Magic up, which isn't good. I mean, that was a good draw. Exclude. Oh, you know what? I messed up too. I was supposed to get Echoing Truth, not the Pulse back. Alright, well now I'll get back Crusher, I suppose. Oh, now we can't win with this either because he's a Chainer's Edict in the bin. Yeah, I mismanaged this game. But we need a map to shuffle our capsize back into our deck that we bottomed earlier. That's basically what it's going to come down to. I guess we could also just like time him out, but I'm going to mana leak this because this mana leak's not getting better. Yeah, if we would have had used the mana efficiently that one turn and Echoing Truth both in the Nomic Walls back, I think we could have won. Oh, there's an Oracle. It's a good start. Flashback Teachings. Yeah, man. Exclude, counter a draw card. And again, we can't just play the Crusher out because there's a Chainer's Edict in this bin. You definitely play a lot of Magic when you play Pauper. Like the volume of Magic played is very high. This build is definitely light on win conditions. We need more win conditions in our deck. Think twice, sure. Does he have another curse in his deck? If he has another curse, he can deck us. If he doesn't have another curse, we're in a reasonable spot. Our other Pyroblast is on the bottom of our deck. This is also the nature of this matchup, too. Like, we played this matchup twice, so I feel like we need more cards for this matchup. Has he had a counterspells yet? Must be. Sweet. Map is beautiful, because, again, it lets us shuffle. Shuffle that Pyroblast back into our deck. Doesn't. Capsize and Pyroblast are both near the bottom, so I get to shuffle those back in. Play this. Tip this, play this. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Am I supposed to jam the Ulamog's Crusher? I think I'm just supposed to pass the turn here. Yep, okay. We do have more cards in our deck than he does at this point, so things that are relevant. And we're up on clock. Just like mono Grindfest tonight. That's just this format, right? Just mono Grindfest. I think he's out of win conditions. I feel like he's probably out of win conditions. We do have a lot of counterspells to see draw. Yeah, he's definitely let out win conditions as well. And just like sitting here stacking up on counterspells seems like an A-OK play. Yeah, he's not even tapping the Pristine Talismans because he knows this is going to come down to clock too. He's drawing cards, so he must have win conditions left in his deck if he's drawing cards at this point. Like, has to have win conditions left, right? He's down to 8 cards in his deck. Wow, he doesn't have any counterspells in his hand? That's insane. We've got 12 cards to his 8, so we can cast this just fine. Draw some more counterspells. Technically we can't because he's got Pristine Talismans and we're never going to be able to draw enough cards, I don't think. We can play this too and still not deck before him. We can't draw any more cards after this. Let's play Crusher out. This is the same match. Yep. He's got 2 minutes left on his clock, and I've got 4 minutes left on my clock. Oh man, is Crusher gonna get in here? We might actually legitimately win this game. That's gas. Alright, sweet. Alright, bring the pain, Crusher. This one Crusher in the board has just been like, it's so good. He has a chance to compulsive research us. I didn't consider that. That's very interesting. Curse of the Bloody Tome. Counter. He has 3 curses. Good lord. I'm glad we had another counter spell. Wins the match. Whew. Whew. I want at least one more Pyroblast in this deck. That's just so insane. We're gonna get to. There were a bunch more counter spells in our deck. Okay. Yep. Sweet. Go, Gadget Tron. Play another one here. Apparently they're running into blue. Yep. There's been a ton of blue mirrors online lately. Which I mean, I want another Pyroblast, like, for that reason. I'm not complaining about the match length. I'm just feeling like we don't have all of the tools that I want for those matchups. Like, we still had Remove Souls and Chainer's Edicts in our deck in that last game, and I think we had Lightning Bolts too. No, I think we just had Chainer's Edicts and Remove Souls, and I'd like to be able to take these 2 of these 3 cards out, I think. 2 of our 3 matches have been against Mirror Control. We also beat a green-black Dredge deck. The old 3-0-0-2 pair down. Great. Thanks, Magic Online. Sand seems reasonable. Keep. It's definitely been a who gets decked their first marathon on this channel. And, like, to be fair, I've been playing, like, basically mono grindy decks. So, like, when we run into other grindy decks in the format, that's what it turns into. Mono red? That's really good against us. That's like really good against us. I probably shouldn't auto yield to that because it might be relevant at some point. Two Pulse of Marasas, probably going to be good against the deck playing Curse of the Pierce Heart. These are like 6 more turns. Keldon Marauders. I'm gonna mana leak this, I think. Mostly because I just don't have another... Well, I guess maybe I'm supposed to Flame Slash that and then hold Mana Leak up 2 turns from now, but that seems loose. Card's hot. Alright, grab Dismal Backwaters for now. Gain that life. It's a whole turn against this Curse of the Pierced Heart. Man, we need one of these prismatic things ASAP. Or we gonna die. Alright, well we're dead in 6 turns, unless, or 5 turns because of this, unless we can find a... This matchup seems scary. This is the first time I've felt afraid. This is not the counterspell we want here. I already have things to kill creatures. Shimmering Grotto. Ah, Prophetic Prism. God bless you. Just in the nick of time. I'm gonna Flame Slash my Seagate Oracle here. Because we need a target for Pulse. I'm going to Pulse now at sorcery speed, so we don't just get... so we don't just get 3'd. And we could get double 3'd here, but I think this is our best chance to do this and not die. Don't kill me in response. Don't kill me in response. Don't kill me in... No! No! Ah! Ah! Apologies to all of the headphone users. I know that was loud. Ugh. Maybe I'm supposed to wait there. Maybe. That was not pleasant. Ugh. Maybe I'm supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to wait. I don't know. Like we're never gonna have a good chance to do that. Like maybe if he doesn't make a mistake, we never have a chance to do that. Because bring in the Crusher because we need a win condition. I should shut up. Yep. Where's my grind fest? I was promised grinding. What are the other cuts here? Compulsive Research is probably a little slow. All Drifter is probably a little slow. Submit this. Let me do this. Let's try this. Could have pulsed his Marauder or... I'm aware that we could pulse his things. I think it was better for us to pulse our own thing. I'm aware of how my magic cards work. It doesn't... Like, pulsing his thing... Pulsing his thing wasn't going to change the fact that we were dying in response. And if he sequences properly and doesn't go for that during our end step, we never get a chance to Pulse of Marasa. So, if our opponent makes the optimal plays, we definitely lose there. Regardless of how we sequenced and what we did. Because we were one turn too late on the Prophetic Prism. No land drop from him is good and bad. It means he has 6 spells in his hand right now. This is the type of deck that I assume punishes the deck we are playing. Sure, Giro. Like I said, we did not give our opponent a chance. That's a beating. That's a huge beating. Ugh. That is 2. All right. I feel like I made a number of mistakes this game, definitely. Rolling Thunder's okay, because it means we could possibly steal this game. Definitely not happy with how I played this set. Yeah, Mana Leak was common in a number of sets, I believe. Rift Bolt entered the Exile Zone. You know, very, very easy to see over there. Attack for 3 here. This land lets us Rolling Thunder. Next turn we negate his thing, and then we'll dispel anything he does at end step here. Next turn we negate his thing, and then Mnemonic Wall back or negate, I think. How much mana do we have right now? We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he's actually dead in 2 turns. We have to live through 2 turns. Another Curse of the Pierced Heart. Fire Blast is a common? Seriously? Ugh. Ugh, that's just like vomit-inducing. That's gross. That's super gross. Top. Alright, he's dead to Rolling Thunder. Yeah, right? Exactly. Like, there's just been so many blue mirrors online that, like, I haven't played against these aggressive decks. We'll show him who's the burn deck. He's about to learn who the real burn deck is here. Thunder. Whoa, whoa, thunder. Oh, right. I forgot I'm supposed to float mana because Magic Online is dumb. Oh, Magic Online. Boom goes the dynamite. I don't think I'm supposed to change anything here. I think I'm happy with everything we did. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to hope to get very lucky again. This matchup seems miserable. That being said, his deck probably never beats the Fangren Marauder version of Tron. I assume that that's how his deck works. He just, like, concedes to Fangren Marauder. That's what it looks like, at least. Evoke Muldrifter on 3. He's Curse of the Pierced Heart on 2, I'm sure. Alright, well, we're negating literal anything in this next turn cycle. Maybe we'll do Seagate Oracle on 3. I don't know. Looking for a green source. I guess we'll take a counterspell we can't cast yet. Needle drop us. Bolt us, gross. Gross. Molten Rain. Yeah, that's a card you're allowed to play. I'm so sad. I'm just so sad. Alright, we're just going to beat him down with the Seagate Oracle here. 20 turns. Let's go. Can't choose. Face or face. Rift Bolt off to the side. Echoing Truth. You know, just like... Am I supposed to evoke a Muldrifter here? Can I die if I evoke a Muldrifter? I feel like I could die if I evoke a Muldrifter, so we're not going to do that. We're going to bin this Edict. I feel like I'm required to negate this. And we could die. We could die here. You could just go like bolt blast us, and we're dead to that. Found one of them bad matchups. That was bound to happen eventually, right? So we outgrind the grindy decks, and we get run over by this. Needed to not stumble this game. Yep, maybe I'm supposed to cast Counterspell there to play around that exact thing from happening. Andy took the red source away after we discarded the Diabolic Edict, then we'd immediately draw a red spell. That's unfortunate. So unfortunate. This Pulse Marasa is so good, we can just never cast it, though. Ever. I guess I'll bin a Muldrifter. No, I do not want to copy it. Yeah, not like this. Not like this. Please, Worth. Please, not like this. Oh, we're so dead. We can't do anything, opponent. Feels so bad. Opponent is 0-2 and we're 3-0 and he's going to beat us. Just welcome to leagues. Enjoy your stay. Oh, just nothing coming for a while. And I hope maybe we finally do well in a league. Alright, this is going to be the last match of the night, folks. And play one more, finish the league out. Yeah, he loves his brother. I don't intend to play this dredge deck. This deck looks like it just isn't good. I'm gonna stick to trying the good decks in Pauper. That deck looks like it might be fun. Like that's one of the decks we beat. It probably never beats Tron. Just like ever beats Tron. I've thrown enough play points and tickets away in the last whatever trying to play cute decks. I need to build my play points back up before we start playing bad decks again. I mean, probably. I've been known to tweet a thing or two in my time. I'm probably gonna play different Tron decks. Like this Tron deck, not having a clock feels really bad in some of these matchups. Like even in the matchups where we won, I felt like we just didn't have any pressure, and like maybe that's how the deck's supposed to feel, but. Third Tron. I was gonna say we're gonna bottom a land here, but third Tron piece is probably a keep. 5 color pigs. Color me intrigued. I don't think we need Tron on 3 necessarily. God, this MTGO, this pure MTGO site is just like, it's like something straight out of 1990. It's very Magic Online because the technology used to build it is awful. Like, the deck lists don't have mouse over highlights for the cards. Like, the preview image doesn't change when I mouse over. Like, what is going on? What's happening? I don't understand. Sign in blood on turn 3. And it's visually disgusting. That is the perfect way to put it. It is visually disgusting. Hi, baby boy. Chittering rats are going to counterspell that. And then we're going to start capsizing his lands. That sounds fun, doesn't it? I want to capsize my opponent's lands. What's the... Ooh, we could play that, though, and then... We can't play that and have counterspell up, so I guess we're just gonna spend a few turns capsizing his lands.
Hey. Do not do that. Be nice. Give him his pinky back. Can you give brother his pinky back, please? Are you just gonna crawl right off the edge?
That's what I do, Mom. No fear. None. Oh, no! He killed my card that drew a card. I feel so bad. No, I don't play limited Goldie, and pre-releases are just like a giant money pit. Magic in general is a giant money pit, I understand, but like pre-releases especially, like... Limited is expensive. Just gonna twin bolt this guy here. Definitely gonna counterspell that since it takes the card out of our hand. So now we're just gonna like capsizing all of his lands back to his hand. So we've got so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So we'll just go boop 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 boop. Cast with buyback. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Cast with buyback, and we have to click a bunch of times because Magic Online. Pikachu running on screen there. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. Really, Toddler? Is that what you think? Opponent concedes. All right. Get capsized. I don't. What are we even supposed to board here? Cards in our main deck seem reasonable against what opponent is doing. Maybe another Diabolic Edict over an Arc Lightning. I think that's all I want to do. Maybe a negate somewhere. I'm just going to click submit. Feels like our deck is built to gobble up decks like what our opponent is playing. Um, why not? Got 2 out of 3 Tron pieces, probably fine. Seagate Oracle sounds great. Sign in Blood. I don't know how we're ever going to keep up with this card advantage. It's rough. It's a good draw. Get to play that out. Get old Tron piece number 3. I don't think we need to rush to Tron here. I think we just like slow and steady it. Chittering Rats. Put an Urza Tower on top of our deck. Play this Seagate Oracle. Blocks the Chittering Rats. Play our card that draws a card. Well, we have enough colored mana, so I guess we'll just take more Tron pieces. If he Chittering Rats us again here, we're going to put a power plant on top and then... Oh no, he took our spell away. I really liked our spell too. It's unfortunate. That was my favorite spell, and you took it away. You can check whether they're killing each other. Probably playing some land destruction. Probably. I usually have, what is it? The Rain of Tears. It's like a 3-drop in the board. It's like destroy target non-basic land. We're missing mine. I think I'm going to Echoing Truth this Mesmeric Fiend here. It gets us our Compulsive Research back, which I would like to cast next turn. Joking Sands, that's the one. I've got some lands to spare here. Alright, we're going to bin the 3rd power plant, I suppose. Alrighty. Well, if we just draw another land here when he plays the Mesmeric Fiend again, he just doesn't get anything. Seagate Oracle, that's dead. We're going to lose that. I will be in Baltimore. I'm playing every SCG event this season. And we have drawn a lot of lands, but I did keep a 6-lander, so, like, you know, hard to be upset with anyone other than myself here. Duress Bricks, sweet. If he has a... What's it called? A Gray Merchant, we're going to be a little bit of trouble. If he has 2 Gray Merchants, we're probably just dead. Mesmeric Fiend, take my Seagate seems good. And I love how both of you are sitting here like, that you're both saying the matchup is bad for your deck, which might... The other thing, too, is, like, there's a lot of variation. I would imagine that Teamer Tron has a worse matchup against this deck than, like, this more controlling build that I'm playing. You have a Delve creature? Does Gurmag Angler just dead? It's a big fish. Definite argument that our opening hand was not a keep, but I just assumed we'd draw at least half spells. And we've not. We're far below drawing half spells here. Correct. We have 6 blue-red duels in the deck. I guess I like Arc Lightning after seeing the other idiots that he's playing. Echoing Truth doesn't seem great. I am playing someone else's deck list verbatim. Again, I don't make changes to decks that I haven't played before. This isn't a brew. This is something that someone's played and been successful with. Well, this hand's not great, but it's a keep. Bottom that. Yeah, man. Sign in blood. Discard. Draw 2, discard 1. Value. It's not value. Land. Been Swiftwater Cliffs. I work on new decks and formats that I have a good understanding of. I've played less than 100 matches of Pauper, which means I don't have a good understanding of the format. Another draw 2, discard 1? Yeah, man. You do you. We get to play Wall for research. Oblate. Exile target creature and all ours attached to it. Note the number and kind of counters their own. Oblate leaves the battlefield. Return the exiled card. It's exactly... It's like a bad stasis snare. Thanks, Cossack. Well, we have 2 different ways to kill this card, so that's good. 3 different ways? 3 different ways to kill this card, actually. He's probably taking the wall, which is unfortunate, because I'd like to cast the wall and get back compulsive research next turn. Wow, really? Okay. Sure. It seems strange. Well, mine was a good draw. Skill game. Better player always wins, etc., etc. Think we have to bend the tower here? Yeah, bend the tower here. You have Arena Tears here. It's another fiend, so he takes the Rolling Thunder away. I mean, Magic's a great game because the better player doesn't always win. Variance by design is part of the appeal of Magic. Start with this, gather some info. Mine power plant, alright, we'll get a mine, I guess. Play another one of these. Think I'm Chainer's Edicting him this turn. Just play Shimmering Grotto. Get another Seagate Oracle for next turn. Yeah, I'm gonna Chainer's Edict him. Probably gonna give me back the Rolling Thunder. I guess it depends on what else is in his hand. He's giving me back the Arc Lightning. Okay, that's fair. Must have more threats in his hands that he cares about. Worth noting that we can't actually flashback the Chainer's Edict right now because we don't have double black. Stakes black 5 to flashback. Shooting Rat, sure. We are getting to a point where we can start capsizing him a bunch though. We have an Arc Lightning in our hand. I'm going to hide that on top of our deck in case he has another discard spell. More Arc Lightning to kill these two guys. You have a big fish here. Looks like a big fish. Yeah, that's fine. You have a bunch of Seagate Oracles to throw in the way of those. Okay. And also just Rolling Thunder it at some point. Let's start with this guy. See what we get. Flame Slash. Flame Slash or the land. Flame Slash is probably better. Red, boop, Arc Lightning, 2-1. Keep his devotion down here. Get our Rolling Thunder back in our hands. I'm going to go ahead and attack him for 2 here because Rolling Thunder could be a possible win condition. If he blocks one of them, we'll Flame Slash the fish. Yep, deal. Fine on that. It's basically a 1-for-1 since the... since the Oracle drew a card. So, just kill that guy too. I have Rolling Thunder and Capsize left over. Yeah, I've gone 3-2 with almost all the decks that we've played. I've 2-3'd once or twice, I think. But I have yet to actually 4-1 one of these, so it would be nice to turn a profit in one of these leagues, considering I've 2-3'd a couple of times. It's the old embarrassing Grey Merchant. Probably not. That deck wasn't very good. I was playing that deck just for the budget league. Again, we can't actually cast the Chain Energy Edict flashbacks. We need double black. How much mana do we have right now? Just no attacks this time. Doesn't want to get bolted or something. I was just attacking with bolt because if he blocks one, it's a free point of damage. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so we can just 12 him. So he's almost dead. Scale of 1 to dead. Opponent is sliding towards the dead end of the scale. If he has another Grey Merchant, we're going to counterspell it. If he doesn't do anything, we'll just like capsize his land at end step here. The Grey Merchant, counterspell. Block this time, because you should have blocked last time. No blocks. Alright, deal. Monomic Wall, get back counterspell. I've not really looked at too many brews. The last brew we played, we went 1-4 with, and it 5-0'd something. So every now and then a tier 2 deck gets its. Yep, you run into a string of good matchups and just crush them. But one of the most important things to remember about Magic in general is that variance goes in both directions. So every time someone scrubs with a tier 1 deck, you have to remember that there are a bunch of people that there's some number of people, not a bunch. There's some number of people that are going to end up doing well with a really bad deck. I'm going to continue saying it wrong because I can. It's my stream. I can pronounce it wrong all I want. Neener, neener, neener. I can put an M at the front just like it has written on it. There's nothing y'all can do about it. Alright, even if he blocks one of these guys this time or kills one of them, he's going to go to 12, and then we're going to Rolling Thunder him out of the game. Target you. The magic number is 12. 12 is the number that I have chosen. Dead you. Scale of 1 to dead. Opponent is arrived at the dead end of the scale. So go ahead and vote in chat for what you'd like to see next. I've not played green white recently. I played that long time ago. We've got 5 green sources, okay? Prophetic Prism is a green source, and this expedition map is a virtual green source because it can get the Shimmering Grotto. Was that a tournament near Minneapolis? Because one of my buddies that gave me this deck list, and I've been working on him with it, is the one Andrew Heisner plays up there. I know him and a bunch of his buddies all played it recently at an event. There's actually no money in Commander, and you can't even play Commander effectively on Magic Online. You can't even like make play points in leagues with Commander, so that's probably not happening. Hey, everyone has different definitions of large. It is literally. It's literally. Where's the straw poll? Oh no. Is literally okay. Look at that. And Legacy Big Red pulls ahead. That's 22 to 21. Maybe I'll just executive decision it and we'll play Big Red since people that care are split.